Hello, this is the Blimey Cow YouTuber, and welcome back to another video. And today I'll be watching Messy Mondays. You are not an activist. I'll be commentating on it a bit, and then going down to the comment section and reacting to some of the comments. But without any further ado, let's get into this.
Oh, hi! See my t-shirt? I'm an activist now! What's
Yeah, I agree with that so far. Getting a t-shirt doesn't make you an activist.
an activist, you ask? Well, it's supposed to be a person that sees an injustice in the world and then works hard to fix it. But in the 21st century, it's usually just a false sense of self-importance. Here's how activism is supposed to work. Someone makes you aware of some injustice in the world.
Laughing off some injustice in the world, but what can you do, right?
Wait, what? So you go home, do some research, and find out, holy cow, this injustice has been going on a long time. In response to this revelation, you commit a sizable amount of your time, energy, and resources to make sure that this injustice ends. That's
Yeah, that's a fair enough. It's a working definition.
how it's supposed to work anyway. But these days, it's more like this. Humpty-Dum just scrolling down my newsfeed like I do. What the? An injustice in the world? Now that's wrong. I'm gonna go like that Facebook page. Just scrolling down my newsfeed. What? Another injustice in the world? What am I gonna go and do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go like that Facebook page. Just scrolling down my newsfeed. Oh, now that's just heart-wrenching. That one hurts me. I gotta do more than just like that one. I'm gonna make it my Facebook status.
Yeah, so online social media activism isn't activism. I don't think there are really many people making that argument, but fair enough.
It's easy to be an activist these days, right? All you need is a computer, a mouse, and lots of Facebook friends so that you can broadcast to a big audience every time you click to like a page. But this? Click? That doesn't constitute activism. That constitutes get off your high fructose corn syrup filled butt and do something about it. Think about this horrifying scenario. What if all of your clothes were stolen and your Facebook page was deleted? How would anyone know what causes you supported? Here's the hard truth. I don't care if you have the t-shirt, the sticker, the button, or the bracelet and you talk about it on the internet. You are not an activist.
So yeah.
So let's actually, this is a fair point. What constitutes activism? Activity? What constitutes an activist nowadays? Because to be fair, I mean, back in the day, an activist would make part of their activism being simply publicizing the issue, and we have new mediums for accomplishing that, namely the internet and social media. And so I will say that in the modern day, social media will necessarily be a part of being an activist. Obviously, though, that's not going to... Short of that, though, honestly, I mean, there's canvassing, political canvassing, there's lobbying, there's petitions, protests, but then again, in a lot of your in-between time, it is just going to be social media, update or maintaining a social media presence. But obviously that's also just not something like a true activist is going to make that pretty much a full-time activity, full-time, maybe not necessarily a full-time job, but that's going to be something that they're going to be spending a significant portion of their time doing, as opposed to just your average Twitter user, I guess. Whatever.
I'm just really concerned about that injustice.
Well, yeah, that needs to be dealt with immediately. That's wrong. What can I do to get involved?
Well, I got a t-shirt.
No, I mean, like, what's being done to stop it?
There's a Facebook page. I liked it, and I told all my friends.
No,
Don't
like,
worry about that.
what are you doing to stop it from happening?
I don't understand the question.
Okay, so like I said, there's petitions and protests are probably the biggest things for actually getting something done in that sense. But again, your social media would be second to that as far as just impacting voters. Because that's probably, I mean, honestly, impacting voters might be more effective than petitions and protests, depending on whether or not it's something that can actually be voted on or whatever. And then short of that, I mean, if it's something outside of the country, there's various ministries which you can support directly or indirectly. Again, he's covering such a broad topic that it would be hard to make a full reply, but whatever.
Are we serious? It's like we go from not knowing anything about this cause to being its most fierce advocate in a matter of seconds. Until we get bored, that is. All bets are off once we get bored. But don't worry, there'll be more causes waiting for you the next time you get the urge to care about humanity. Or at least to make the world think you do. I mean, I can wear a t-shirt that says, I love my brother Josh. I can post about it online. Heck, I can even give Josh the money for that Nickelback concert he's been dying to go to.
Not true.
But unless I actually love Josh, I'm just gonna look stupid. But hey, at least I look stupid awesome in that t-shirt, right? I mean, come on, admit it. A lot of the appeal for all these causes and activism is just to look cool, right? When you join the fight, it means you get to wear cool swag. In fact, if the swag wasn't cool, I dare say there would be no fight. Because let's be...
Hey, I what? I don't think that's how it works. Maybe for some people it is. Like a hipster activist? Like a vegan? I don't know.
Be honest, if Tom's shoes looked like Crocs, there'd be a lot more barefoot children in third world countries. Here's the bottom line. If supporting the cause somehow makes you look good, it's probably worth a second look to make sure you're on board for the right reasons. See, it's really easy to support a cause when there's nothing on the line. But what if you actually had to sacrifice something in order to support the cause? Because, that's actually what support means. To bear the weight of something. What if supporting a cause meant you had to look uncool? Would you still be willing to wear that t-shirt?
Excuse me, do you have any spare change?
Oh, hey, yeah, I actually do. Hey, wait, aren't you my neighbor?
I used to be. We lost our house.
Oh, jeez. I guess I've been too busy pretending to fight injustice in the world to have noticed that. I'm really sorry. Hey, do you want me to take you out to lunch and then we can catch up?
That sounds good, thanks.
Cool. Hey, look at that! I don't even need to like a Facebook page to support my neighbor.
Yeah, try to find a situation like that. 99.9% of homeless people aren't like that. And that said, I still feel bad for them and try to help them when I can, but they generally need long-term help that it takes a legitimate sacrifice to help them in. And I mean things more than even like homeless shelters. I mean, homeless shelters are great, but if you want to get them to actually, if you want to help them actually re-enter society, it's going to take more than even that. But anyways, that's all I have to say. But other people have other things to say in the comment section. Let's check it out. Alright, so Jessica Cannon says, your comment about helping your neighbor was poignant. We can be active in the simplest ways. It is not about being active in another country or even in your region. You can just be active. You can be active just by taking care of your neighbor. Literally, thank you for the thought-provoking video. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is when it essentially comes down to what Christ said about trying to pick the speck out of your brother's eye and you have a plank in your own. I guess just don't get so focused on trying to help big causes that you ignore the simple things and needs of people around you. Cedric Henderson says, this is very thought-provoking. I'd like to point out that sometimes you really can't do anything big. I'm 15 years old, I don't have a job or a license, I'm useless, right? Wrong. God is a God who hears the prayers of his people. Sometimes praying is the only thing you can do, but that doesn't mean that it's not just as important as everything else. Yeah, so I mean, if it is literally all you can do to pray, you can do that. I mean, that's not nothing, certainly. I would say it's very rarely that it is literally all you can do. Like I didn't have a job or a license. I mean, I had a job. I always had a job. But I didn't have a license or anything. But I could getting a carpool to help out with whatever ministry. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but there's generally something more you can do than what you think. So Lovely says, all of those social justice bloggers on Tumblr need to see this. I don't know what they're really doing, but they probably post a bunch of sad stuff to get notes. So that all went entirely over my head, but I got the gist of it, and that is essentially, I don't know, I find, generally speaking, the people who are most condescending about these things are generally the people that do the least about it to actually help them. They're always just whining to the government to take care of all the problems and whatnot. Hans Smith says, thank you for not being afraid to say things that might offend people. It makes a big difference for me, and these things need to be said. I'm not entirely sure what in this video would offend people. If anything, they kind of walk too thin a line to avoid saying things blatantly. But at the end of the day, it's and I feel like I come down too hard on them at times. Considering this channel is literally the Blimey Cow YouTuber, I feel like I can be a bit too harsh on them at times. But yeah, I mean, if there is somebody who would be offended by this, then I guess it's good that they didn't back down from that. Anyways, Annalyn Alexis says, what are you doing to stop it from happening? I don't understand the question, hee. I really want that t-shirt, though. A girl's fit version, of course. I wonder if he got it somewhere else, or if it's going to appear in the online store. To my knowledge, it never has, but that's a good point. I don't wear t-shirts, but if I did, I would wear an In Something t-shirt. Josh, if you're watching this, I know sometimes you do watch these. Can we have an In Something t-shirt? But with that all being said, I want to thank you for watching. Yeah, and I'll see you later. Bye.